All right, hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Awesome. So today we're going to be focusing on something pretty crucial to, well, everything we do.
Let me guess. The brain.
You got it. Specifically, how this incredible organ gets the energy it needs to, keep us thinking, moving, basically being us.
Should be interesting. It's not like the brain ever takes a break.
Exactly. So to help us break down this complex topic, we'll be diving into a YouTube video from the channel Metabolism Made Easy. The video is called Hypoxia ATP Output and the Brain.
Sounds intense.
It is. I used to think of the brain like a powerful computer. But after watching this video, it's clear that it's way more like some kind of high-performance engine.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Constantly burning fuel to function. So what happens when the brain's fuel supply gets disrupted?
That's the big question, right? And the video goes deep into explaining just that.
Okay, let's break it down. So first things first. What exactly is the brain using as fuel? I mean, it's not like we're filling up our skulls with gasoline.
Definitely not. It turns out the brain's primary source of energy is glucose.
Glucose, like sugar.
Yeah, exactly. The brain breaks down glucose through a pretty complex process, sort of like a real engine to extract energy.
All right, and what form does this energy take?
The energy is stored in the form of something called ATP.
ATP.
Yep, think of ATP molecules like tiny little batteries that power every single cell in your body.
Interesting. So glucose in, ATP out. That makes sense. But I remember the video also mentioned oxygen playing a crucial role in all this.
You're right. Oxygen is absolutely essential. It's a key player in the final stage of ATP production.
Tell me more about that.
Well, it happens in a part of the cell called the electron transport chain. I know it sounds super complicated.
Kinda does.
Think of it as like the final stage in a power plant, where the bulk of the energy gets generated.
Got it. And oxygen is crucial for this process.
Absolutely. If there isn't enough oxygen, this whole process basically shuts down. ATP production just plummets.
I see where this is going. That brings us to hypoxia, right? The video really emphasized how dangerous that can be for the brain.
Exactly. Hypoxia basically means a lack of oxygen. And for an organ like the brain, which is constantly using up energy,
It's a big deal.
a huge deal. Even a small dip in oxygen levels can cause significant problems. I mean, the brain needs a constant and abundant supply of ATP to keep all those neurons firing.
Right, to keep us thinking, moving, all of that.
Exactly. So when the brain doesn't get the oxygen it needs, what kind of problems are we talking about?
Well, for starters, without enough oxygen, ATP production drops and brain cells can start to get damaged.
Damaged? Like permanently?
It can be. It really depends on how severe the hypoxia is and how long it lasts.
So I guess the takeaway here is that even though we don't often think about it, oxygen is absolutely vital for our brains to function properly.
Absolutely.
Makes you wonder, what are some everyday situations that might lead to even mild hypoxia?
Well, you might be surprised, but it's more common than you'd think. Yeah. Think about things like intense exercise. Especially if you're not used to it, your body might struggle to keep up with the oxygen demands.
Interesting. So pushing yourself too hard at the gym could actually lead to mild hypoxia.
It definitely could.
Wow. Anything else?
Being at high altitudes can do it too. The air gets thinner as you go higher, meaning there's less oxygen available.
Makes sense.
Oh, and of course, there are some medical conditions that can affect breathing and potentially lead to hypoxia.
I see. So it's not just about extreme situations like, climbing Mount Everest.
Nope, it can happen in much more common scenarios.
That is a fascinating takeaway. I have to admit, I never really thought about the connection between oxygen and brain function in such detail.
It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
Big thanks to Metabolism Made Easy for breaking down this whole process in a way that's actually understandable. I highly recommend checking out their channel for more insights into how your body works. It's amazing.
Agreed. Their videos are really well done.
And for all of you listening, remember, your brain is a high-performance machine. It needs the right fuel, including a steady supply of oxygen, to keep running smoothly. So take care of yourselves and your incredible brains.
You only get one.
Exactly. All right. That's it for today's deep dive. Until next time.
See ya. CMCN, CMCA.